Hello and good afternoon, and thank you for joining today's session on Nugent's lending automation solution for coronavirus business interruption loan scheme. Today, we plan to give you a quick overview of the Nugent's offering for CBILS loan automation, followed by a live demonstration of the solution. I've joined with me various experts from Nugent, comprising banking experts and technology experts. If you have any queries, you can ask those questions with us. Now, CBILS, as we all know, the lenders across UK, they are rushing to offer this as a solution to their existing customers plus new SME prospects, which they might want to onboard into their customer base. So lenders are looking to comply to the regulatory norms which are being set by the UK government and the compliance officers. And we all know that the norms are frequently changing. They want to enable digital transparency among all the applicants so that the applicants can apply and track their applications. They want to fulfill definitely their existing customers who are struggling to manage cash flows within their organization. The lenders want to scale the business operation, seeing the volumes that might be applied in the short duration in next few weeks to come, and eliminate as much possible of manual work and add real-time end-to-end visibility on the operations end-to-end. However, to meet this, they are facing a lot of challenges. Some of the lenders had offered some makeshift manual processes. So they are accepting, say, PDF applications, or some have opened online form to show an intent. The norms are continuously changing, and that is again a difficulty within the lenders, that they have to keep changing or optimizing if they are using any internal system to meet the changing norms. The process overall is not that simple. It is a bit complex, and to add, the staff is working remotely, so that becomes more challenging in allocating and managing work across the distributed staff. The time and effort to launch a new application with the current circumstances, with budgeting for a new IT technology, hosting it, integrating it, and all, so that becomes another big challenge for the lenders today. Now, in order to fulfill this particular need, Nugent is offering an end-to-end CBILS loan solution system, which starts from a digital channel where online, a self-service portal, the applicants can self-qualify them and then apply for the loan on the digital front end, and even submit documents if required. In the backend, there is a rule-driven strong workflow which qualifies those applications and automatically allocate them to various regional managers or the underwriters for further processing, validating, cash flow analysis, financials, liquidity, and all, to approve or reject the loan. If they are happy, they can accept the loan, and then we can create an online contract which can be sent back to the applicant for digital signing. And if there is any exception, then we can trigger it back over email or portal to the applicant, and then applicant can fulfill the missing information or document back to the application. Once everything has been placed and approved, the loan could be seamlessly booked into the lender's existing loan management or core banking system, whatever they have it now. And definitely, Nugent offers an end-to-end reporting and visibility, so you'll be able to monitor how many applications applied, how many approved, how many rejected on the platform. So in order to meet the challenges and that requirement, so Nugent CBILS is a ready-to-go solution with digital onboarding, digital documentation and collection, rule-driven workflows for the back office users, real-time visibility and reporting, and it's a cloud-based offering, so enabling the lenders to onboard this solution with the low cost of ownership, so that they don't have to worry about hosting and all the stuff. So Nugent is offering it fully managed as a SaaS-based cloud offering. Now to deliver, we are ready. Now for your customers and for your internal employees, we are ready with handy books, FAQs, manuals, which can be sent as a handy reckoner for the reference. If you have already started applications manually over PDFs or Excels, we have built a bulk upload engine so we can ingest those applications and process them into the back office workflows. From a deployment and security perspective, it is fully cloud ready, hosted on a UK-based AWS private instance. So we'll make sure of the security compliances and GDPR kind of compliances, and then integrate with your existing systems, be your core banking or core loan management system through an Excel-based upload, through an XML or a REST-based API, whatever fits into your existing landscape. Now, like I mentioned, the solution has an online channel where the applicants can apply, and you will see that in detail in today's demonstration. And then we also have the back office application for the users at the bank who can review those applications, do the financial analysis, the cash flow analysis, the scoring and the credit rating, and then simply approve the solution. So the launch or onboarding of the solution for the lender, uh, we we are completely ready in terms of if say you can sign a contract today, we can enable your cloud instance by today only and start configuring small modifications like branding and all on the platform, and then give it to your users for the training and do the functional testing with your integration and other systems and make it live with the MVP within 2 to 3 days. And thereafter, as it is fully cloud-based, Newgen team will make sure to support it so that it's up and running 24/7 to meet your business needs. So that was a quick overview of the solution. And at this stage, I'll request my colleague Minakshi. She is a banking expert at Newgen, and she will walk us through the live demonstration of the solution. Over to Minakshi. Thank you.
Thank you, Varun. So I am going to showcase you the front-end channel, which is a channel for customers to submit the application, and a backend channel or the backend process wherein the bank user can uh, see this application, process this application, take a decision on the application. So let's start with the front-end channel. So this is the page wherein the customer can submit the application or start filling the application for CIBIL's scheme. So on the left hand side, if you see, there is a link given in order to understand more about this scheme. So as a customer, if I want to know more about the scheme, I can click on this. It will direct me to British Business Bank website, and there I can get more details about this scheme. So if you see, if we click on this, we can see that there is a new tab open, so we can refer those details there. Then we'll start filling the application. We are filling about the contact details first, and if it is an existing customer, we are talking about the account details. Then what is the purpose of this loan? Once we have filled such information, we need to first of all we need to see whether my customer is viable for this scheme or not. So I'm going to check the eligibility of my customer based on certain parameters or certain questions which are given by the regulator. And there are a few more questions as per our understanding and expertise in the domain. We have put a few more questions over there in order to classify this customer under this scheme. Okay. So now let's talk about the questions. The first question talks about the customer, if the business of the customer is negatively impacted by COVID-19 outbreak. Yes. Whether this is UK-based SME with annual turnover of up to 45 million. Yes. The business should generate more than 50% of the turnover from trading activity in the UK. Yes. Will the CIBIL-backed facility is going to be used for primary trading in UK? So we need to mark it as yes. If let's say the customer is not going to do that with the proposed facility, then the customer doesn't qualify for this particular under this scheme. Okay. So in order to move this application, we are going to mark it as yes. And then there is another question. There are certain type of entities which are not covered under the schemes like bank, building societies, insurers. So no. And then we'll fill the details about the industry sector in which the customer is, and then how many employees are there in the business. Once we have provided the scheme, we submit this application and then start filling the details on the loan information. So as you see, we are talking about 2019 turnover. So last year's turnover of the customer, and then the annual wages bills of the customer for last year. So we can, if we, let's say there is a customer who is not into the business for 12 months, so that customer can provide estimated figures over here for 12 months. Then liquidity needs for 12 to 18 months time. And the fourth criteria is that if there is any outstanding balance under CBILS or EFG, which is a previous scheme. So under any of these schemes, the maximum funding allowed is 5 million. So here we can enter the amount if there is anything outstanding and accordingly calculate the loan which the customer qualifies for. So you can see 2.4 million is the qualified amount, and now we are applying for 2 million loan. The product here is term loan, and tenor for this term loan is 6 years. And customer is going to repay this on monthly basis and repayment on EMI basis. There, let's say there is some capital repayment period, which is 3 months. And if there is any outstanding on any other facility apart from these schemes, that needs to be mentioned here. So the bank can see how leverage my customer is. Then let's talk about the loan purpose. So in loan purpose, we'll describe the purpose. Let's say it is in order to meet the payroll expenses or rent or any fixed cost. So all such purposes of this loan can be captured here. Then we talk about the collateral being offered to support this loan. So as per CIBIL, personal guarantee should not be taken up to 250K loan. So that means you can say up to 250K loan, it will be processed as unsecured loan. And in case it is more than 250K, in that case, even if there is any collateral, it should not be personal private residence. So let's now move to the next point, which talks about the prior to this request, if there was any other request for CBILS which was put with the same institution or any other institution, so those details need to be provided over here in case anything was there. Okay, and then let's talk about the performance of the business prior to onset of COVID-19. It is important to know how was business performing before COVID-19. So now we have continued to the next page, and now we are going to fill the details about the applicant, whether this company is limited company, LLP, or partnership. So here, as you can see, we are going to enter some details like business name, trade name, and date of incorporation. So these are some of the demographics which we are going to capture for the customer. And then once we have filled in the details about the customer, we'll also talk about the business primary address. So we have filled in the business primary address over here. We can select yes if business primary address and trading address are same. Otherwise, we'll click on no and again fill this information. Okay. So moving to the next part now, wherein we are talking about the ownership or the management. So let's say here there are two directors who are the owners of this company. So we will fill the details of these two owners. Let's say John Smith is the first director. So we will talk about the number and date of birth, email ID, and the ownership of this director. So and also we will see whether this owner is going to be the authorized signer on the loan documents or not. So that also has to be captured over here. So the next director is, let's say, Peter Joyner, who has got 75% in the company. and he is one of the authorized signer. So now we have filled in the information about the loan, about the customer. We have also classified the customer as eligible. So now we are going to submit this application after uploading certain documents. So the one of the most important document is the application form. We can download the form from here, sign it digitally, or we can take a print of it, sign it manually, take the scan it, and again upload it back to the system. And then there are certain documents which are mentioned over here. So these are the documents which are not mandatory, but these are required in order to review your application for the finance requested. So like year-to-date management account, cash flow forecast, business plan, historic accounts. So whenever the customer is going for additional funding, obviously the historic account and the latest management accounts would be provided. Then we will mark this declaration over here that the customer is 100% liable for this facility and submit this application. So as you see, there is a reference number which is generated by this system. So customer knows that this is my reference number and can always get in touch with the bank with this reference number. So customer can ask for the status or any other query or using this reference number. So now let's move to the backend part. So backend is the process which is for the bank users. Here we will see whatever information has been provided by the customer and also analyze this information and finally take a decision on this. So on the left hand side, we have got certain queues. These are the activities being performed by different users. So I am going to use a case which is already at a step wherein we have all the functionalities or features available. So the first tab of it talks about the applicant information, like who are all the parties who are there on the loan, then identification information, contact information, and owners of the borrower or the company. Then let's talk about the eligibility criteria. These eligibility criteria are same as what we have asked the customer on portal. So we see the outcome of all those questions over here. Now let's move on to the loan information part. On loan information, we will fill certain details. These details are already provided by the customer on the portal. So we can see, we can compare it with the documents submitted, like the turnover, what is the turnover there in the books of accounts and what is filled over here. So I can also change and recalculate the amount. And we will capture other parameters which are already filled there. And then we are going to use pricing over here. So pricing is, we are going to use margin. The margin we have taken because this is going to be on variable rate. So this will be base rate plus margin. So base rate is Bank of England's rate. And then if the customer is going, if the bank is going to charge any fee to the customer, that has to be mentioned here by the lender. After this, we talk about the other information part, which is already filled by the customer on loan portal. And this is about the loan purpose, details of any prior request and performance of the business prior to onset of COVID-19. So here the customer, here from the customer side, he has provided the information. As a bank user, I can directly use this information and analyze the application quickly. Now let's move to the next part, which is collateral. So under collateral, we can capture the collateral given by the customer. And then the underwriting part. In underwriting part, we do multiple things. First of all, we'll do spreading or the financial spreading of the customer and then write the analysis on it. So when we do financial analysis, we will see that how the ratios are, what is the repayment capacity of the customer, how the stress test scenarios are, whether my customer will be able to repay the debt in case anything down, or if there is any downfall in the customer's business due to COVID-19. So all such parameters or all such things are analyzed over here. So as you can see, we are taking the taking the data for historic year 2019, then projected 2020, and then Q1 19 compared to my current quarter Q1 2020. So I have monthly data for the current quarter over here. And this is my cash flow. So if we have filled the information on P&L and balance sheet, we can generate the cash flows, we can generate the ratios. So these are some of the standard ratios which will be automatically calculated. Then repayment capacity. So this file or this tool has already got inbuilt formulas in place. So all such calculations will be done automatically once we have filled the details in P&L and balance sheet. So you can see here now on stress testing scenario, you can see that there is downfall in the customer's business, how my customer's DSCR is going to look like, and whether he will be able to repay the loan or not. So once we have done the financial spreading, we will now talk about the financial viability of the customer. So we will write the analysis as an underwriter. Underwriter can write the analysis over here. Apart from this, it is important to know how the account behavior of the customer is. So we will also write about the account behavior and then a risk and mitigant. If there are any risks, we need to highlight those risks and what are the mitigants. After analyzing the overall application, the underwriter will suggest certain covenants or conditions. So these covenants and conditions can be added by the underwriter or the approver. So let's say now my loan is approved and now I need to go for documentation and disbursement. So let's say disbursement instructions need to be created once the loan is approved. So we can mark that who is the primary applicant, in which account the loan is going to be disbursed. So you can see the account number, disbursement amount, and routing number or the sort code, and the institution name or the bank's name in which this funds are going to go. Then we will talk about the documentation. We can generate the documents or the contracts over here. So here you can see like we have different buttons available over here. So you can send the instructions to doc prep system of the customer. So my system will create a file with relevant data required for doc prep system, and then this file will be sent on the click of this button to that system. And then once the data is received by the system, we can here receive back the contract or the document. So once I click on this button, I will get a row added over here wherein I can see, okay, this is the document which has been generated. I can view that document. I can see when it was generated. And then once I have this contract in place, I can send it for digital signature to the customer. So I can, on the click of this button, this can automatically be sent to the customer for digital signature. Once the customer has done the digital signature, we can see back the digitally signed document over here, and accordingly remaining columns of my grid would be populated. Like we will have the signature requested date, we will have the DocuSign. So DocuSign, through DocuSign we are going for digital signature. So we'll have the status over here, and based on the status only we can mark it as received. Then receive date, and we can download, if in case we want to download the contract, we can download the contract over here. Then once the loan is once we have generated the contracts and set up the disbursement instructions, so the loan can be opened now in core banking system, and from here the customer, for the lender, can create the loan. So we can have the integration between the core banking system and the loan origination system or this particular platform, or we can manually do that. Let's say there is no integration between core banking and this, so we can manually, as a customer or as a lender, we can manually create the loan account, and that loan account will be updated in this application. So that's all from my side on this. If there are any questions, do let me know.
Thanks, Meenakshi. So if you have any questions, please feel free to write to us, and we would be happy to connect with you separately for your queries and any requirements in your organization. Thank you. Have a nice day and stay safe.